Welcome back, my dear students. I hope you had a beautiful, really beautiful learning experience on the last lecture. But on this lecture, we're going to learn some more, okay? So let's go ahead and start doing this. So I'm in the users controller, all right? So remember applications, controller, and then users. And now on the last lecture, we created this insert here. We're going to create an update, all right, method for the user controller. So I'm just going to copy everything there. I'm just going to paste it right here, and I'm going to call this update. All right, that's what I'm going to do. And of course, we're going to create a method in the user model in a minute, and I'm just going to say update users. I'm going to call this update users. So I'm modifying it. All right, so I'm going to update the Peter name that we have in the database, and I'll show you right now where it is. If I refresh here, you can see that we have that Peter and the secret. I'm going to update that for William and secret, maybe something not so secret. All right, so I'm just gonna put this, change that to William, and then the password I'm going to say not so secret. All right, that's going to be the string for that password. All right, now we also need to pass in a ID, right? Because we can't just pass in this data right here, all right, where we don't have an ID. So where is the ID here? Well, right now we are passing in this data right here, which is a associative array. All right, right after this I'm going to pass in the ID. So I'm just going to say, and this will basically come from either a get request or maybe a form or something like that. All right, so I'm going to say ID will be 3. All right, so I'm just going to put the ID right here, all right, as a second parameter to this method update users. All right, that's going to be the ID. So let's go to the user model right here where we have the create users. I'm going to copy all this. I'm going to paste it right here. I'm going to update. I'm going to change the name to update users. All right, perfect. And then here, instead of this, we will say update users. So update in the users table with the data. All right, but we also need a where statement. So we're going to say this, all right, db where, and here we could say either we could put the two parameters normally, like the ID, right? Actually, let's make sure that we pass in the data, the ID also here. All right, remember that. So we can say the ID, where ID equals the ID, or we can just do it with a associative array, which I prefer to say something like where ID equals ID. And really no difference. It's up to you. I like to do it like this. It's not that much different. Maybe it's speed wise is a little different. I haven't checked yet. So this db where ID equals this ID. All right, so that's what we're gonna do. So let's go and visit the update, all right, on that specific, the update method in that controller. So I'm just gonna say localhost ci and then index and then users. Instead of show, we're gonna say update. Enter. Now let's go here and we should see this Peter field change and the secret. So refresh, and now as you can see it says William and not so secret. So we did successfully updated that field. All right, beautiful. All right, so now you know how to update stuff in the database. On the next lecture we're going to learn how to delete. So thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Keep having some fun, keep enjoying the course, keep active. What you're learning here is super valuable, especially for jobs. All right, take care.